Sorry to disturb you. We're here as part of National Flash Fiction Day doing a little reading for the Flashtag collective of writers. My colleague here, Roland, is just going to read a very short story. So over to you.
We first noticed Bernard had stopped looking at me when it became difficult to feed him lentils. He used to love lentils. "Give me lentils," he bellowed. "I need lentils. Give me lentils." I rattled the KFC bucket we used as a nosebag. Bernard just stood there with his back to me. Not even a snort. We left the bucket against the fence. "It looks like you're limping," said husband. "No, not limping, just disappointed." She used to nibble my finger, gentle, an animal sign of love. But Kaylee wouldn't come near me today. It was colder than normal, but that would be an excuse for a back rub, a bit of a fuss. She just stood there, trying not to look, trying not to hear my thin moan as I shivered in the breeze in my Wellington boots. I put my index finger between my front teeth, skin against enamel. It didn't feel gentle, it felt odd. Mohammed here recorded a single once. He dropped Bhangra beats into a melting pot of something or other, he said. "It's in the hay," he said, "it's all in the hay," and he rolled over onto his back, fell asleep in his own poo. That's when he spoke to me. Husband placed a reassuring hand on my arm. I was icy and stiff. His comfort was as useless as uncut sausages against metal. Graham. Nothing. I never knew loneliness until the animals stopped looking at me. You know when you can be at a party and still feel sad? Imagine the same, but with an ocelot snubbing you at the buffet. I tried lying in their troughs, coming at them from unusual angles. I waved my arms as if my shoulder sockets were magic 8-balls. "Hey, animals, hey." Husband stopped me lying in their troughs. I made the bedsheets smell. It's a metaphor. Husband made me paella, chili flakes and clams. I fisted the food onto the tablecloth and then held up the smeared empty plate. It's a metaphor. This is me, empty, wiped off the face of the planet, wiped off the face of the plate. He threw his fork against the unvarnished cupboards. "That'll dent," I said. I spent the rest of the evening watching Susan ignore me as she pecked at some wool in a stream. Tony with an I circled her pen, never making eye contact once. "I'm invisible." I spooled a generous portion of cling film from its tube, separating the piece partly on the serrated edge and partly with my hands. With one end pressed against my cheek, I wrapped the plastic around my head. 1 time, 2 times. The film felt dank. "Hey, Tony with an I said. "I'm invisible. This is what it looks like to be invisible." Why? Husband called it positive action. He threw my clothes into a ditch. "I'm changing the locks," he said. "I'm changing the locks and getting some builders to make the house face away from you." He didn't leave me any animal food, no lentils. I offered the animals bits of my skin, morning-eyed mucus. My tears dried on a hanky. They just looked away. Looked away from the naked man wrapped in 4 layers of cling film. The seasons rose and fell as if there was nothing to do with anything. made a complicated flute from a stick. It wasn't complicated. It was just a stick. Thank you very much.